Good morning, check ball. We up, fam. What's good? It's Cess, your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies in the building with JuJu. Everybody loves JuJu 1-2. JuJu, what's up? Let me say
Good
this.
morning. Y'all. Wait, no, I want to address MJ.
JuJu is on fire this morning, and let me tell y'all why. JuJu's on fire this morning.
You getting up early?
Check this
out, my brother.
He's on the same. Y'all on the same side. Y'all both getting up at the same damn time.
We get up at the same time? Okay, MJ.
Yeah, both y'all on the same. Both y'all
my brother.
on West Coast time.
I feel you, MJ.
Check this out, y'all. I get up this morning. I'm getting ready for the show. I was going to talk about something totally different. But I clicked on ESPN. And I'm going to jump in the chat and say good morning in a minute. But I got to get to this because JuJu is on fire this morning. I couldn't even hardly click start on the show. Okay, check this out. So I wake up, click on ESPN like I do every morning, and I want to see like what's their main headline. This is their headline. Peep this. The teams that have impressed TCU and disappointed USC, meaning University of Southern California, 1 month into the women's hoop season. I'm like, okay, so let me click on this. They got JuJu up there with a picture. Okay, so multiple contributors here. Cream, I don't know who this is. Cream, Filippo, and Vopo. I think that's Michelle Vopo, I believe. The other names I recognize them, but not for real, to tell you the truth. But anyway, so they talk about teams that's under the radar. First of all, the teams that have impressed. They say the tandem down at TCU is the best tandem in the game. Okay, best tandem in the country. They out of all the top duos, better than Hannah and Olivia, JuJu and Kiki, Sanaya and Isaiah. Okay, because those was the duos they were talking about at the beginning of the game, beginning of the year. They surprised that we lost as far as South Carolina, but some of them are still rocking with us. TCU, Lauren Betts, they can't do no wrong. They said Notre Dame and then USC and Iowa State kind of in doubt now. Team under the radar, Tennessee. We've been talking about Tennessee. Flage living up to the building early as one of the SEC preseason players of the year. Like she's meeting that match. I told y'all the actual campaign is on for Flage. Keep an eye on Kentucky. Now, I get to a team or a player that has been disappointing. And this is what Cream, whoever this is, y'all tell me. Despite being surrounded by a better supporting cast, Watkins, talking about JuJu, Watkins' game hasn't grown. She has still shown flashes of brilliance as a sophomore, but Watkins' scoring is down. Her three-point shooting, 25.6%, has gotten worse, and she is still committing more than 4 turnovers per game. Watkins has still looked too reliant on getting to the free throw line and hasn't played freely as I expected, with Kiki drawing attention. As a result, USC's offense looks stagnant at times, and the Trojans have not looked like one of the country's best teams. JuJu,
what shall we say? What shall you say? Okay, first of all, you know what? I'm gonna start with JuJu. I was gonna touch on the other people, but I'll touch on JuJu. First of all, we don't operate on cream of la creme or whoever this reporter is you're talking about timeline. Second of all, you're talking about one game and some inferior teams that Ju has been playing up to this point. the progress now, as far as JuJu scoring going down, this is what everyone expected it to do. Now, what you saw the other day on Sunday in Palm Springs when she hit 34, and Coach Lindsay pulled her out last 4 minutes or so of the game, where she could have gotten 40. She had 34 total. That's where I started to see her three start to fall. Her her shot, her shooting is getting better. Her 3-point shooting, and that's what she needed to improve on. First of all, she doesn't need to score. She's actually trying to help the freshmen come along and allow them to shoot more shots. As far as Kennedy being out, that hurt against Notre Dame. I didn't want to make excuses, but I didn't think Notre Dame was that going to be sustainable. One, Lindsay went away from pressing. She didn't press them. And I think she didn't press them because she thought their guards were going to speed past the press. But she never tried it until the end. And then you start to see the helter-skelter ball that you saw Notre Dame play against TCU. JuJu is fine. There's nothing wrong with her game. If you play close attention, she's still brilliant all over the court. She still can score at will. She can get to her mid range. She can get to she can score over any guard and bigs. I just feel that right now this article is trying to press her to see her score 27 and 30 like I said she would. And I still think she will, regardless of what her team is doing. She's fine. She's on a trajectory. That's her game. That's the style of her game. Does she need to improve in her 3-point? Yes. And I saw that happen beginning Sunday. I'm believing moving forward, you could tell that she found the snap in her wrist. She found how to get up and into her shot. But overall, I think they're being a little bit messy right there, because it's like if she wanted to score 30 points like she did last year, she could easily do that. And then everybody would say she's hogging the ball. She's shooting too much. She's this, she's that. Right now, she's trying to get a feel with Kiki, who came from a rigid system, Talia Van Alphen, who came from a rigid system, trying to figure out where to put her, how to get Kiki into the groove of things. And she's gone up in her assists, blocks, steals. She's become more well-rounded. She averaged about 7.3 last year in rebounds. She's getting 6.3. But with Rhea and Kiki, shoot, I'd even say Avery Howell and Talia Van Alphen and little Kaylee Echo likes to get rebounds. That's not bad. She can, but if you want her to score 3 more points, because I think her 7 more points, 4 more points to be at her average, that's easy. She's scoring 20. If you look at her average this morning, scoring 23 point something. She's only 4 points away. So don't picture her average is down from last year. 4 points, y'all, and she's not even getting a normal 8 points that she gets on the free throw line. So to say that she's reliant on drawing fouls, she normally averaged 8 points automatically off the gate on the free throw line. She's not even getting that. So if I woke up this morning and I was JuJu and I seen this article, I would keep on my trajectory that I'm on. But I wouldn't change anything other than what they have in mind in the long run for the goal. She's pacing herself for postseason. She's saving a lot of energy, whereas before she had no idea what the year was going to look like until she went through the year of how postseason will look. So I know what she's doing with the pace that she's playing at, because she can go a whole lot faster than she's going, but she would be a whole lot faster than her team. But I wouldn't pay attention to any of the noise of that. You don't dictate to what this star should look like or how it's going to look like in 7 games. 7 games. Last year, she had 7 straight 30-point games. She was player of the week, Pac-12 player, freshman, and sometimes player of the week. They couldn't keep giving it to her all the time, so they mixed it up constantly. I think she should just not even pay attention to, and I know she doesn't, pay attention to what they're saying and continue to do what she's doing. But her game is like 4 points less than what she. Shut up, whoever you are. Shut up.
Let me jump in, Ju, because this isn't about the 4. It's not about the 4 points. It's not about the play on the floor. Because the next part of the article is this part right here. Based on play to this point, who is your player of the year? Now,
well, it depends.
What? No.
Because they look at.
No. What I want to do is read what that person who we just what they just had that same reporter. Now, what they say about player of the year, because this is about player of the year, not about what's going on the floor.
Oh, now they know what it takes to be player of the year. Now, when they
here's what this same reporter says. Paige Beckers, she was my pick in the preseason, and the gap has widened in the first month. With the 62.7% field goal percentage and 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, Beckers' efficiency is staggering. Her ability to play multiple positions only enhances Beckers' value, and she has scored 29 points in each of UConn's biggest games, victories over North Carolina and Ole Miss. So I think that, and I want to be clear. It's interesting to me, and I love JuJu. It's interesting to me that all of the press has been around this kid this week. Okay, so the first thing we had, the first 48 hours of this news week, we had she can't fill up the attendance thing. She doesn't sell tickets. Look what happened over the holiday. Now her game hasn't grown at all. I am understanding. I'm understanding what this coverage is around her. But I feel like it's nasty work. I feel like it's nasty work at the time, and it's a little early. It's a little early in the season, I think.
It's a little early. It's too early in the season to and I haven't felt that Paige has played anybody worth me. She's played a 14th ranked team at the time. Then she played an 18th ranked team at the time. JuJu has played a 6th ranked team and an 18th ranked team. So a 6th ranked team is way different looking than a, what did I just say that Paige played? 14. Now, I'm not going to knock Paige because I love Paige, and I think Paige is very efficient, as she should be as a 5th-year player.
Yeah, I love Beckers. I love Beckers.
My thing is, come time for JuJu to be in her senior year, and she hasn't increased in her efficiency, but she has increased in her efficiency. That's what she's focusing on, brick by brick, layer by layer. Okay, and I think that when she's in her 4th year, I think even before she's in her 4th year, because that's her goal, is to increase in her efficiency and her pace, and that's what she's working at 19 years old. I think that you're gonna see it because she wants to increase. I hopefully she'll get up to 50%. At some point in the game, last game, she was at 50%. She shot 54% for that 34 points. And her 3-point percentage went up on that one game. In those 2 games, she averaged 2 games back to back. She averaged 27 points. She's coming. I know she's not going to pay attention to any of this stuff being this narrative being said. Let me tell you something
else I find interesting in this article. Filippo, whoever this is. So I think Krim is Charlie.
Don't push. I don't know who get on their time span.
But what I want to say is this. Check this out. Check out what Filippo, whoever this is, says.
Alexa,
Beckers at the moment.
Filippo?
Maybe. Beckers at the moment is also their choice for player of the year. And then this is an interesting statement. Beckers, they're picking Beckers.
Okay.
And they say she will have ample opportunity to submit her case this month. How do you submit your case for Player of the Year in December?
Right. In December.
That's a that's nasty work. Like, she will have ample opportunity to submit her case this month.
You want to know how?
Listen to how she's going to submit her case, though.
Okay, let me tell.
She's going to submit her case this month when the Huskies face. Here, listen to this: Louisville and Brooklyn, Notre Dame on the road, Iowa State at the Mohegan Sun, and USC at home. They don't see us till February.
What the hell is Iowa State?
They don't see us till February. How's she submitting her case this year?
She ain't submit nothing.
I need to understand. About the disrespect. But
if she runs through all these teams, and I don't know what Iowa State got to do anything. He wrote this article. That article's got to be old. It's got to be old.
Not.
Please tell me it's old.
No, listen, this article's not old.
What the hell does Iowa State got to do with anything?
Let me tell you what it say. It say December 3rd, 2024, 8:30 p.m.
That's sad.
Eastern. That's what it say.
What is Iowa State?
And listen, it ain't even 8:30 p.m. Eastern yet. That's the time on this thing. Pull it up.
And then what they're gonna do, I already know what they're gonna try to do.
She's submitting our case for Player of the Year this month. Come on, y'all.
Because that tells me that they already know that Ju is the front runner.
I'm sorry, we didn't even say good morning to the people in the chat.
Good morning. But Juju's the front runner, and by a win against USC at home at Stores is number one going to prove their point of who's better. And then, like you said, we won't know anything until they play South Carolina in February. So, but to make a point, and they don't play. Do they play TCU?
I don't even know.
Okay, I can't.
Let me get caught up in this.
So that means that JuJu is the front runner, and that's why. Just saying, you just put all these other teams out. You just named all these other fake teams that do not have a player like JuJu or Paige on their team, but you really wanted to say when they go heads up on the 21st, that's when Paige will outshine her, and she did outshine her when they played one-on-one. I mean, y'all keep not
talking about the defending champs. It's okay. We took our loss.
We're not talking about a team. We're not talking about a team. We're talking about an individual player. That's what I'm focusing on. An individual player.
No, I also was looking at some of their picks for who gonna win the championship. MJ Lover, what up, though? Emily Jones,
we missed a lot.
Let's go. Emily Jones, morning, y'all. Political Live, what up, fam? Why? What happened? We talking about it. Oh yeah, hear the conversation. HDITB, what's up, nephew? Who are you? Salute. Not in your Kendrick Mustard voice. I knew it. Here come the BS. Mr. Lover. Told you HBO is part of the big three to change the face of the league. Absolutely. Michael Carter was good, people. I agree. She has more help this time. Hey, y'all. Always a plan to diminish the compliments of our greats. Emily, you agree? Who has more help this time? Let me know.
JuJu.
I'm so far into
a little bit more.
Cess and JuJu in the morning. What up, y'all? What up, Wody? Morning, peeps. Hope everyone enjoyed Thanksgiving. Miss Peach, what's good? Grand Rising. What's up, James of Flatbush? Have you all watched Alabama this season? If so, what's your opinion of Zay Green? I was impressed with Zay Green, but I'm gonna come back and talk about that one in a second, Wody. This is I've only seen one game. This is psychological warfare to raise one and minimize the other. This is how they do it. They plant seeds of doubt. Wody, I got to see that next game. I haven't been paying attention. Okay,
but don't doubt.
Stay on their plan and not fall victim to the subtle attack. Right. Stay focused. B Will, what's up? HBL ain't that great though. She been behind Paige and Reese. I mean, even if they wanted to come with a plan, Paige was the plan till she wasn't. No, there was three. There were three of them that they had picked. Washu. It was a 5-year plan. Sup, Emily. Political, yes, stay on their own course. The media loves to stir up drama, believe between fan bases. What's up, Washu? Here they come with the narratives. Told y'all. Exactly. We've been talking about this. I don't know what that's about. The girl 6'2", supposedly plays good. 3 games, she took 3s and shot them amazing. 1 game, 6. Oh, you talking about Zay? Absolutely, always a narrative. Got to see the next game. At this point, I think people making narratives. Otherwise, these players would be ops for real instead of being cool. Let their game talk. HBO is part of a 5-year plan to change the face and stimulate the market. I'm well aware of how market manipulation works. Absolutely. I could build a house with all the bricks I got. Uh-oh. Where you get them bricks from, boo? Yeah, morning fam. First game in the books last night. Yes, let's go, Tiana Wright. The bricks, I don't know. She not submitting her case. The media does that. This month though. Good morning. Which media though? Even mainstream has two sides, divisions. Miracle Writer for you was good. Paige plays in such a weak conference. She can only prove anything in no conference play. Okay, so she got to make her whole case right now. All right. Only way for Paige to justify this year is to chip up. There's no player on SC that is currently in the running for player of the year, but for money, they are still the crummy runner to win it all. I don't know. JuJu, aunties, what's up, AB? Oh, you said JuJu. She got more help around her. Okay, thank you. You know who mainstream media is. Ain't no two sides to their philosophy. The 6 of them stay on one side their own. Yeah. You have to say Emily one time. You know how I go. Watch you. Hey, yeah. So I wanted to catch up in the chat, Ju. So that's the thoughts. I like the idea of not listening to the noise. Do you still front runner?
No.
I got you, Will. Okay. Do you still give
I
her
mean,
opportunity to really compete for player of the year, especially now that they're saying that the big from TCU has crept in and Betts have now put their names in the conversation?
absolutely. I think more the better, the more the merrier. I just think that the conversation is start turning to HVL and Paige. They're seniors. The conversation with them is more about who will go as a hey, I'm not going to say who's going to go for the number 1 draft pick because everybody just already has Paige going that way. But at the same time, what is going to look like for them going into the league? Now, as far as face of the league, it's Juju.
You say that
Because once they're
meaning like
gone,
you
it's
think
going to be
Dallas
her.
could you say that meaning like Dallas could pick somebody else first, Ju? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I think that would be a shocker. But and in reality, I really think Paige should go to LA. I think that's where she wants to go. HBL could fit in really well with Enrique. If this isn't like a flash in the pan of how she's playing, if this is how she's going to be moving forward and even getting better for the league, she looks really solid. She looks very crisp. She looks very
So I got a
strong.
question.
She looks very
If
veteran. She would play good in the dub right now.
Now I got a question. If the big from TCU is National Player of the Year, we know Betts isn't coming out. Is there a situation where you can see Dallas take that big from TCU first to put with Enrique? Or do you see them taking an HVL or a Paige for sure?
I wouldn't take her. I don't think they need a big like her. And
I mean,
don't
they just
know.
talking about her like she just broke into the, like she the player of the year. They haven't seen anything like her. So do you pass on that type of talent? Do you put that to work in Texas? How does that work out?
No, I think Texas.
I know they don't need a big
a point guard. With Enrique to put her off the ball. But I think this. I think when I think of HVL, I'm looking at her and her future in the WNBA, as well as how far she and the big are going to take this team.
You think HVL fits her brand fits well in Texas?
Yeah, she could. She could.
Yeah.
She could. In my eyes, yes, she could. I think she could even play for the Sparks the way she's playing. Washington the way she's playing.
Okay.
But I think in the long run, I need to see how this long run is going to go. And I think, throwing up in the air, I don't think it needs to be narrowed down to just JuJu and Paige for a player of the year. Although my heart goes with JuJu, but I think I'm very well aware of her inefficiencies or certain things about her play. But if I were her, I wouldn't be pressed right now. I would slowly build because I believe the Big Ten is going to bring out everything she's got to get to win it.
Ju. Are there inefficiencies? Sure. Her game hasn't improved. I think that's.
I mean, they're not.
You know
I
what
mean,
that's a stretch.
no, I think that's a stretch.
That's a stretch for
You
me.
know why it's improved? You know why it's improved? Because she has slowed her pace. She has had to adapt to 3 new players on the court with her and Rhea. She has had to overcome, the finger issue, the broken finger. But I think the only thing is that in the beginning, it didn't look like she had, to me, upgraded her style of play. But that's her game. That's how she plays. But what she needs to improve on was her 3-point shooting, and she's doing that. I'm gonna give her that. It wasn't falling. It wasn't hitting. It wasn't setting right.
Well, but we always say
She was way too
it's
low.
one thing that
That's it.
It's one thing to shoot it. It's one thing to shoot the 3 with in front of a cone, and then it's another thing to shoot the 3 in game.
Well, I watched her so long.
So
she can shoot a 3-pointer. It's not about that. Yes, she can shoot 3-pointer. She shot half-court shots. She shot logo shots. There's all kind of highlights out there that show you that she can shoot from that distance. After coming out of conditioning, coming out of weightlifting, coming out of weighing more than they bulk her up to lean out because of the long season. And it's funny because when I watched her special, the conditioning coach said the same thing. I've always been that way. I've always had to be higher because by the time I finish running track, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds just from the activity. So I can't come out already 10 pounds, in my playing weight. I can't in my running weight because I'm gonna end up getting injured. And that's all you're seeing right now is her leaning out. I even heard Julie talk about that. I can tell when she's heavier and that she knows that she has to lean out. So with all that coming, her 3 will be there. I agree. That's the only thing that needed to improve. That's why in the last 2 games, it has improved and the percentage has gone up. But I wouldn't even let them, if I were her, even stress me out on that. Because you're probably going to want to give it to a senior. You're probably going to want to, because she's going to get it the next few years. But if she want to go for it and try to get it for 3 years, you guys really want Ju to turn the hell up? Because she's not even playing at full pace. I'm looking at her. She's just kind of like, she ain't even sweating. They're not even pushing.
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's go. Let's
go. When it's time to go, like she's gonna getting ready to, like LSU, she getting ready to play a team who's like 0-7 or 8 or something, and then when she goes and beats up on them and gets 40, then it's gonna be like, oh, it's only against and it's like, that's what the schedule is like.
For me, it's the subliminal attacks on the kids' work. You know what I mean? That's what I didn't like and wanted to call out. Like for what?
It's like because they want to push the narrative. That's a stretch. They want excitement. They want
she can't sell tickets.
They want
come on,
that.
That's a stretch.
Come on, don't do that. I was there, and as far as I knew, it when they played UCLA, it was wrapped around the block to get in. Now, they said the tickets were sold out. I can see at UCLA, Poly was full. As time went on, things got full. But during the holidays, driving to Palm Springs, no, nobody's gonna do all that. Nobody did that anywhere. You guys had 2,000. That was pretty doggone good in Fort Myers, Florida. That was great. But other than that, like, stay home. We don't need to do all that for Seton Hall in St. Louis. So let's see what happens when they play.
Let's see what they talking about here. Front runner, my bad. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Coach Coleman, Tuesday cometh. I agree, JuJu. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
There are a lot of new fans out there, and their game plan is to stir things up, even without good points and provocation. Yeah. Cess, who are the 3? Caitlin, Paige, HBL. I know coming out of high school with Reese and Caitlin, they never considered Caitlin to be in that group. So she only became a plan later in college, even though Paige the plan.
No, she wasn't.
Catch up, watch you. Catch up, watch you.
And Paige. Paige was number 1.
What political Lil was they're not but political Lil wasn't talking about how they were ranked. Political Lil was talking about the media plan,
the narrative of the white girls,
to push 3 new faces of the league, and those 3 faces over the 5 years were Paige, Caitlin, and HVL. It was those 3, and now they're talking about Silas Swords as one of the new faces that they getting ready to push. So that was the question. HVL #1 draft pick. Shoot, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Does she fit in Dallas? I don't know. That was a hot take. I know they looking at Paige. I know they're looking at Paige, but I think I saw down here someplace where somebody said they heard talk where Paige said she didn't want to go to Dallas. Good point, JuJu. How they go into the league is important to the WNBA. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Paige
that's
to
what's
Dallas.
important.
I would say Paige to Dallas. Preseason, but the play of those players and their teams have yet to be determined. Notre Dame, Utah. Dallas doesn't need a big. Mondo, what's up, fam? Is Paige really going to Dallas? Oh, that was Sea Smoke. I knew I seen it down here. I've heard so much talk about Paige refusing to play in Dallas. That's news to me. Hot take.
She need to go
Dallas
to LA.
Won. The 20-20 game, along with the big from TCU being able to shoot, is putting her in talks for sure. I mean, listen, and I told y'all yesterday, she did exactly what she needed to do. She's bounced her bounce back has been magnificent so far. I don't know why people are racing to put players into the dub who make money in college are not under the same scrutiny.
Well, they're 5 years. They need to
like Queens while they're in college. I'm just saying, I get that.
Come on now.
I would judge if HBL is the real deal when she plays SC, because last season SC shut her down and exposed her badly on the defensive end. Okay. Political Lil, yeah, true, but we cannot be silent just because Dallas needs a point guard and a wing. What's up, Emily? Although I can't see Paige staying in college another year just to avoid going to Dallas.
I know, no.
I get it.
She can leave her second year. She
Paige is not spoken on Dallas. Unless a student athlete is not good with the books or hates school, there's no reason for any of them to come out to the dub unless the draft status is high and the money is right. That's what I'm saying. Hidalgo, guys, any consideration? I rate her, to be honest. Hidalgo is up there, but Hidalgo just lost to 2 teams that she shouldn't have lost to.
Shouldn't have lost to.
Should have lost to us. They've been in the chat talking about
they went off. Y'all went off on
she's inefficient and all kind of stuff. So her if she was in the talks. It sound like it just went down to a whisper right now. She gonna have to. She got to get back on her game.
It's more about Olivia. It's more about Olivia right now. What?
Reese was not in the conversation and never was put on that FIBA team. Her bid was denied. Those 3 start on that team. Politically, we may need to take them back down history line on that one. Good morning, family. What player are y'all discussing? JuJu and Paige, and National Player of the Year. All about Jazz. What's up? Knowing Hidalgo, she doesn't make her teammates better. Just my opinion. Okay, Mondo. One and only Paige buckets. It's the bot in the building. Was good. JuJu Watkins, the debate is Player of the Year. What's more important to people, Player of the Year or Natty? Because you will have to sacrifice one or the other at some point during the season. It is.
I mean, obviously, it's the championship. It's the national championship.
Somebody tell me, when was the last time National Player of the Year also was won the Natty?
Good question.
Somebody in the chat, because I know my chat better than yours. Who was it?
Probably Cheryl.
Excellent call out on subliminal attacks on certain players' games. Was it Stewie?
Probably Cheryl Miller.
Or maybe this current version of USC. Do you think this current version of USC would beat LSU right now? Are you talking about Southern California or South Carolina, boo? 16 here, but only 17 likes. Math ain't mathing, guys. Hit the like for the aunties. Thank you, Bree Wayne. CC was not considered like that. In fact, Reese was ahead of Caitlin pre-college. Why shoot, please. Yeah, come on. We're not talking the same.
Time out. No, stop right there. Stop right there. What did he say? Wait, time out.
Reese was ahead of Caitlin pre-college. 2019 under 19 World Cup. Reese was a finalist for this tournament, but withdrew to play in the Nike EYBL. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the overall narrative of what they were pushing as the face of the league. Jude Paige was number 1. Being white meant nothing. They never wanted her till later on. Heck to the no, HBL ain't no number one pick. Yes, she was in the plan. I'm not about to argue what I know. I think, yeah, HBL doesn't fit on any team in the dub that requires defense. Ain't Frank? Okay. I don't care what political saying about HBL being part of the move to change the
You
face.
could make it in the dub with no defense.
She ain't Jew better, Paige better, Latson better. Yeah, that we're not talking. That's not the question. That's we're not. This here's the thing. Y'all talking about skill set. We're talking about narrative and the political climate that we in right now, and what pushes narrative right here. So there's still a narrative behind everything. And I just read y'all a statement that told y'all Paige could submit her player of the year in December. So we're not talking about skill set. That's not the question. That's not the question at all, Wody. At all. I don't even know where you at with that right now. Player of the year can't be sacrificed for a natty. I mean, Big Four can get a natty and a player of the year. Quick question, aunties. Do y'all think Paige? What about her? See, she always had hype. LOL. It was the big three.
Maya
HBL,
Moore.
Paige, and Clark.
Maya
Please,
Moore.
let's talk
Maya
about
Moore.
it. Maya Moore. Last one. Thank you. Southern Cal being USC. Okay, so do you think JuJu that Southern California can beat LSU right now?
Can be
Yeah, LSU
do.
right now.
I think they can, yes. The guards are small and we're bigger inside. And we have JuJu Watkins.
Have JuJu and Big Four played each other?
Like in AAU when she was young.
No. I mean,
I never seen them play at all as LSU versus USC.
Or high school, even high school, no. Okay. Killer Miller was number 5 recruit in that class. Yes. In the history of women's college basketball, voting has been skewed or split, even in situations where the team's success is measured, not just an individual accomplishment. Everyone else is talking Paige in Dallas. When I asked Paige, just smile. Okay, Mondo. I think the big from TCU will get drafted by Phoenix. Phoenix needs to replace Brittany Griner in the future. Is that big gonna play behind Brittany till she's done? All these 6 and 7 year seniors playing. I guess no one rushing to leave NIL money. Paige,
nobody care about that.
Paige, Reese, Brink, CC Miller, Clark, and Paige are a prime example of that. Clark was close to winning a natty twice, but she didn't. Other examples of players of the year didn't win a natty. You could debate on the why. Oh my gosh. I'm not arguing that. In my opinion, no one gets their team mentally and physically ready like SC, because if you look at Kits, you can change her diet. With Lay, you can see her growth on the court. SC gets Dub ready. Atlanta needs a big, and TC doesn't resign. I hope Charles come back. I just say that same question. Natty or player of the year. Who was the last 2 that won both? Maya Moore. I think we just got the answer. I watched the JuJu special. What do y'all think? I think it was good. I still haven't been able to watch the JuJu's documentary. Are all episodes out now, Ju?
No, just 3.
And then there's 3 more still coming?
Yeah.
I gotta get caught up. Okay. And then, do you know what day they drop?
No, they don't even tell me. I just looked up and saw the 3rd one this weekend.
Okay.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're gonna do 1 a week until it's done.
Okay. Which leads me to the teams that battle for the natty, that have a team effort and are not relying mostly on a player of the year candidate. It's natty unless you can't win it, then they will emphasize player of the year.
I mean, look, the only reason JuJu is being mentioned is because she was second in scoring behind Beckers. Clark. She was second. She was National Player of the Year, freshman, like 12. But right now, what quietly, and no one's mentioning, we haven't mentioned it here. She's gotten to 1,000 points faster than Clark. She's now gotten to 15 30-point games faster than Clark. So they're measuring certain records like that, because if that's the standard, obviously it is, as to scoring 3,000 and something points. Like, it's just, I don't mind them tracking it, But I don't think that they realize that that's not her goal. That's not what she's shooting for ultimately, to get that record. Because then she's going to start, because if she was pressing for that, then it would be a must for Gottlieb to leave her, instead of taking her out of the game after playing 31 minutes and there was plenty of time left for her to stay on the court. Then she would be trying, like she would play 40 minutes, in other words, like Clark did. So I think I don't think that's necessarily that important right now. She doesn't need to play 40 minutes. We need to conserve her. I don't want to see her get hurt. I don't want to see her pressing for these points. She just wants to get it organically. And maybe there might be a point where, okay, you're this close, stat pat. I don't know. But then the narrative, oh, she's stat patting. Oh, she's playing for it. But nobody said nothing about Clark staying in there for 40 minutes. Or when they had a lead, barely taking her out and putting her back in. Like, make up your mind. She said that JuJu said the internet is undefeated. You're never going to win against anything, no matter what she does. There's going to be criticism. So I can't really listen to it. I'm with her on that.
Excuse me 1 second. Wody, please. You coming in here in the middle of a conversation. This whole conversation started with an ESPN story right now. They got TCU and HVL as the most improved. This is where the conversation came from. So she is starting to push right now. So when you come into the conversation, and my thing is, when you come into the conversation, come in and catch up. Come in and catch up when you come in. You came in hot, like they ain't pushing her at all. The whole article on ESPN is what started the conversation. So when you come into the conversation. That's all I'm saying. Why would we came in like, nah, they ain't doing this? That's what started the conversation.
Why would they push HBL the narrative of anything when she didn't deserve anything?
I told y'all why she's getting pushed.
She's playing better.
She was part of the original narrative. Here's the thing: if HBL doesn't leave Louisville, then LSU doesn't happen. Do you remember what she looked like at Louisville? She still looks like what she looks like right at TCU. So with the talent that's at Louisville right now, she's still there. She doesn't fall off. She stays in that conversation. What took HBL out of the conversation was that she went to LSU and wet the bed. Now she had to go get back in the conversation by going to TCU and getting her game back up. She was a part of the original conversation. And that was what Political It was talking about. From a media standpoint and from a dollar standpoint and from a what's going to put the butts in the seat for what they want to push going into the WNBA, these were the faces that they wanted to push. HBL, Caitlin, Paige. I'm not talking about skill set or none of that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about what they wanted to push.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
This is what I'm talking about right there.
I agree.
This is what I'm talking about, and this is where the conversation is at. So everybody who talking to me about what their skill set is, what they was ranked as recruit, I'm not talking about from that standpoint. This right here is what's in our face right now is about what the political climate is in this country and what's gonna work and what they gonna push to put the butts in the seats. And that was shown last year in the dub with how they brought Caitlin in. And they're going to push more of those faces into the dub and less of the faces of the women that kept this thing going for 28, 29 years. That's my point. That's what I'm talking about right now. That's what I'm talking about right now. So and the conversation started with the article that was about that ESPN put that had HBL and TCU as the best thing going right now so far this season. So that's how we got right there. Yes, right now the duo of the year, HBL and the TCU big. I can't necessarily argue with that. They balling. Betts is most likely stay. Yes, Betts is staying to play with her sister. Keep watching. Y'all keep watching. Y'all keep watching. It's not. They don't tell you. Here's the thing: when they pushing somebody as the face, they don't tell you that they pushing them as the face. They just keep showing you they face. This is how you know who they push as the face. Come on, y'all. Come on. Ears up this morning. Let's go. Darcy Watt. Yo, AB was good. Bingo. It is, yeah. See Smoke. How much Caitlyn merch you bought? They will create the market to buy the merch. This what y'all get. This is a conversation we talk about. This is where we at. They will create.
It's crazy how much merch you can find on Caitlyn.
How many new fans did y'all see pop into
They got her all in Chicago. They got her in LA.
And I'm not taking nothing away from her. She's a great player. But they created a total market. That's what the media does. Clark was pushed mid-season of her junior year. They didn't show Iowa at all her sophomore year.
I don't remember even paying attention.
But you got to remember that Clark split some of them Freshman of the Year awards with. She was co-freshman of the year with Paige on a couple of them awards. And she won the Dawn Staley Award 3 times. 3 times in a row. Right?
Point guard.
It's not. Here's the thing. When I'm saying face, one of the faces, yes. There'll be several faces that they push at one time. And it's not going to be the faces that y'all think.
I don't want to oversaturate you guys with JuJu, because then the hate and the you're gonna get
Haley is a good story. I'm not hating on the story.
Like she's under a microscope. You get under a microscope and everybody wants to pick at your.
You think JuJu's under a microscope now?
Yes. Your article said that she's under a microscope.
We gonna see, y'all. I'm telling y'all,
every little thing.
Keep watching.
And then you start trying to play, and then if you fall, look, I used to get a lot of articles. I got a lot of articles, and every little thing. So one day I just looked at it and I'm like, I don't even know who I was. If you listen to those articles, they'll talk about you like I felt like I'm looking at a third person. They know when I was sick. They know when I was my toenail hurt, like anything to pick at you or to try to create a story behind X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And then you start trying to live up to perfection, and you're not gonna be perfect about anything. So
HBO's not a point guard, right? So she wouldn't win the Dawn Staley Award.
It's like a combo, really.
Sadly, JuJu is a target of the Clark media. Come Sunday when we South Carolina play TCU, I hate to see what narratives will be. Oh, the narrative's gonna be crazy.
I think the 2 toughest games right now, well, great games for South Carolina to steal noise is Duke and TCU this week. I think this is going to be a really, really good week for them right now to just quiet out a noise. You probably don't, but I think it will.
You said, here's a quick question for the group, just to prove a point. All the players you guys have been pushing for Player of the Year, which one of them have superior defense? Don't worry.
JuJu.
I'll wait.
JuJu. And not because I'm biased.
So you think JuJu's defense is superior to
better than HBL and better than Paige?
No, Hidalgo. Or you don't think Hidalgo is really in consideration?
I think her steals are good, but I think that that's all she really defensively. That's what it is. What is defense? Rebounds, blocks, steals. I think Ju leads in all of those on these girls.
Wody, if you waiting for ESPN to get behind what Monica McNutt said, bro, you don't understand ESPN at all.
Clark, damn not JuJu. McNutt said I'm probably the next one up. It's JuJu. It is her.
But ESPN not going to get behind Monica McNutt and push that. What did ESPN put on their platform today?
But the point is that Monica, like Political Lil, and I hope you understand, I don't give a damn if I'm a black woman and I'm sitting there, and not because she's black and I'm black and all of that. Is like we're not just like we're doing in here. They can say whatever
conversation was about,
but we're gonna.
I understand our responsibility as a content creators, but our conversation this morning is about what was on the mainstream platform this morning. What was
Yeah,
on
they said what they
ESPN's
said.
platform this
Yeah,
morning?
but she is ESPN. She was on it, so she spoke up.
Did they have Monica McNutt as one of the contributors?
To
No,
that article, no, but what
nope,
Monica said went viral,
it did.
and they attacked her. So
But
that's all that matters.
they did.
Really.
But then they put this one out.
Yeah,
And that's
then they're
what I'm
going to
talking
put
about,
another
mainstream
one out.
media. And I'm talking
Yeah,
about what ESPN is gonna push. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. But
So Monica get to say what she want to
on.
say, but they're not gonna circle back around to what Monica said, but they'll keep putting out articles like this.
Yeah. And Ju's gonna have to continue to keep playing, keep steady the course, and they'll see. I know she'll be in that top 2. She ain't gonna dip down and be underneath. If someone wins like Paige, you're on your way out. Cool, go. You're a senior. You're 5 years. You're 23 years old. Go for it. I'm 19. I got time. Not a big deal. Is mainstream media.
A lot of players have won Player of the Year. They weren't that great at defense.
Well, but that was Cess's question, though. That
was MJ's question.
Or MJ's question. I'm sorry, MJ's question.
So I was asking, is Hannah's defense
I don't
better
even know if it matters,
or is Hannah not in consideration?
But when have you seen a defensive player win Player of the Year? That's huge. You must be really getting down. You know what I mean? They look at offense because Clark can play a lick of defense. All they care about is whether or not you scoring all these points. And if that's the way to win it, then that could be easily done by,
butts in the seats.
Okay, well then who puts butts in the seat? Okay. I don't know.
I'm saying that's what they're gonna say. Like, it's the scoring that puts the butts in the seat. They would say that people don't come to see the defense. I come to see the defense, but I'm weird like that. The game starts on the defense.
I like all around. That's why I like Maya more, because she's like an all around player.
I would rather see somebody get their shot swatted than a 3-point.
I like Cheryl Miller. She's all around.
I would rather see somebody get their cookies took. I just do that is the highlight of the game for me.
I mean, exactly. But if you look at their steals, if you like that, maybe you like it from a shorter person, but just making steals. She's probably right there.
No, I'm just saying that from any game that I watch, NBA, wherever. When I come to see basketball, it's for the defense for me. That's why I said I'm weird like that. I'm not who they're marketing the game to. But I think the game had played the game, so I look at the game totally different.
Yeah, and some people look at it like look at her assists. Now talk about
yeah, for sure. Some people are here for the flashy passes, for the high score and all of that. You said what?
Say that either. I don't even know if her assists are as high as Olivia's.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, but what I'm saying, like assists in that game, like the assist, that probably is another exciting part of the game too, the passing. But most people are there for the offense. They want to see the scoring. They want to see it run it up. 51 points, that's nasty work. 41 points, that's nasty work.
Assist and scoring, because assist counts like as points too. So I get that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I see y'all are talking about what the game shows us and who should get the award and all of that. I get that part, y'all. But most of the time, that ain't who end up with the award. It's not. That ain't the only factors that's going in there. The main article we talking about, Richard, is if you go to ESPN's main NCAA page, the teams that have impressed TCU and disappointed USC 1 month into women's hoops season have Paige Beckers and UConn emerged as the title favorites. And if TCU has been a surprise, has JuJu Watkins USC been a disappointment? That is multiple contributors on.
And it's a question. And it's a question. It's not a statement, right?
Nah, when they get in there, they make this statement. Here, let me read the statement one more time, so everybody's on the same page. This is what we're discussing right here. This is what was said. Who is a team or player that has been disappointing, despite being surrounded by a better supporting cast? JuJu Watkins' game hasn't grown. She has still shown flashes of brilliance as a sophomore, but Watkins' scoring is down. Her 3-point shooting, 25.6%, has gotten worse, and she is still committing more than 4 turnovers per game. Watkins has still looked too reliant on getting to the free throw line and hasn't played as freely as I expected, with Kiki drawing attention. As a result, USC's offense looks stagnant at times, and the Trojans have not looked like one of the country's best teams. Based on play to this point, who's your player of the year? That same reporter says Paige Beckers. She is my pick in the preseason, and the gap has widened in the first month. With a 62.7% field goal percentage and a 4-to-1 assist turnover ratio, Becker's efficiency is staggering. Her ability to play multiple positions only enhances Becker's value, and she has scored 29 in each of UConn's biggest games, victories over North Carolina and Ole Miss. Filippo says Becker's at the moment, she will have ample opportunity to cement her case this month when the Huskies face Louisville and Brooklyn, Notre Dame on the road, Iowa State at Mohegan Sun, and USC at home. Still, Hidalgo should remain in the conversation, even as Notre Dame is coming off a pair of losses and has dropped in the rankings. That was what the discussion was based on today. That was the article. AB say first level thinkers. Okay.
I know, and no one gets more double than JuJu, and so there could be turnovers as a result of that, trying to split that defense. But I don't really care because I know there's times when she had 0 turnovers in a game this year, and then she's had a high, then she's back to 3, then she's back to 4. But yeah, she's getting double. No, I don't see anybody getting double, often triple, the way she does. So that tells you who's one of the best. I don't see that other than her. I wish she could just play one-on-one with someone and not have to constantly be double teamed. I wish she would. Then you will see those numbers go up. But it's all good. It's all good.
Paige sent JuJu packing last year.
The UConn team beat USC last year, not Paige. The team beat the team.
Okay.
Like I told you, she had 29 or 27, and one of them, they had almost the same identical numbers. I seen them one-on-one at the top of the key. I seen her swish it in her eye twice. I seen Paige get to the bucket twice. I seen her get blocked, Paige block her, and JuJu block her. So that's why it's going to be really interesting this year, because now they probably get to be more even. And I know Mackenzie shot us out of that game, and JuJu didn't touch the ball for 9 minutes while being on the court. That was just Lindsey Gottlieb not telling her seniors, I know you want to go to the WNBA, bro, but right now we're trying to get to the Final Four. Chill. Get her the ball. Damian Lillard had to tweet that out. If you want to win, get her the ball. But if I was her as a freshman, I wouldn't have done no more than what she did either, because I wasn't like that. I didn't like overstepping, seniors like that. They should have known that. And that was just poor planning. Just the way Coach Gottlieb poor planned against Notre Dame. You went away from how we play. They don't have a bench. UConn didn't have a bench. Who doesn't press a team when you don't have bench? That was just on the coach, not on JuJu. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying. I'm mad at Coach Gottlieb because I'm like, you did it with UConn and you did it with Notre Dame. They did not have a bench. And you did not attack them with your press. Ridiculous. It's just right there in your face, the game plan and what you need to do. Get them into foul trouble. Just like Duke did. Got them into foul trouble. Big time. Had no plan, and they knew who to attack. They attacked Padilla, just like sometimes they try to attack Talia. That's how you say her name, Talia. And Talia, I see like really like trying like bump this. I'm not going to be the weakest link. Mm-hmm. I just can't wait to watch the progression of them. I think they're going to let everybody beat up on each other, and then they're going to come barreling through the pack when it matters. But I need Kennedy Smith back, and I can't say that enough. I need her back. Period. That definitely wouldn't have happened because I just saw Notre Dame. I was like, they can't sustain this.
So was Kennedy a big part of what you saw coming into the season, or was it after you saw what she could bring that she became an important piece of this team? Like, were you planning for her this season, or was she a surprise? I guess is my question.
When I was asked by you who would start, and I said Kennedy, that means I knew what she could bring. That means I knew what she was going to bring to this team.
Okay, so you were counting on her from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I was counting on her.
So
6'1" wing. Yeah.
We're gonna get a chance to see Paige in action at 7 and JuJu in action at 9:30. Paige is
I think JuJu play at
UConn
4
up against Holy Cross.
My time.
Probably 4 your time. 7 o'clock my time and 9:30 my time.
And then Paige plays after.
Well, no, Paige plays first at 4 o'clock, and then JuJu then play at 7:30. I think 6:30 your time.
Oh, 9:30 my time. Earlier. Okay.
Yeah, so Paige and Holy Cross at 7, 4 Pacific. JuJu at California Baptist at 9:30, 6:30 Pacific.
And I apologize, guys. This Cal Baptist is going to be like NICU playing LSU, but you know, we're still going to look at what they're working on and what they're going to do. So, oh, the chat is going crazy. Go ahead, catch up to that. Coaching plays a big part. That's all I can see. I see something about coaching. Coaching plays a big part of this whole thing. But sometimes, as a player, if your coach is wigging out, you just need to just go on while you're out there, get everybody together, say, this is what we're going to do.
Does Kennedy bring more offense or defense or both?
Both. Lindsay said that Kennedy is the Kennedy plays the best defense that she's ever seen of any freshman she's ever coached. I don't know about that, but I know that I'm amazed at her defense.
I don't know who Jabber's channel is. I don't know who Jabber's channel is. So I picked UConn to be in the national championship, but I'm not a UConn fan, so I don't necessarily remember their schedule like that. I know that Grampy and Paige drug them to the Final Four. It was just them. So yeah, I just don't keep up with their schedules like that. Offense, both for Kennedy, the scoring. There were some good, healthy players for UConn, the 6 of them. Kennedy Smith getting hurt has us only with 2 scores, but Tebow's still a fundamental problem. JuJu, okay. Paige.
She is. We need to figure out
how we're going to. The big from TCU and the girl from Harvard are playing better than JuJu right now. Okay. Nobody's talking about Harmony Turner at all. I'm glad you brought her up, Richard. Her name's Harmony, the girl from Harvard. Harmony Turner. Facts, bro. MJ Lover. That's why I'm a student of the game. Plus, I'm a coach, so I look at the game differently. Yeah. Dirty work, that part. I'm not a con fan either, Cess. No disrespect, but anybody in here who is. No disrespect. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. So I'm a Paige Beckers fan. I got all the respect for Grampy. I picked UConn as who we play in the championship this year. I think Paige is on a mission. I've been coaching for over 25 years, play high school level. College ball. I know I missed a lot in the chat today, y'all. Y'all was going crazy. I'm trying to see stuff that jump out that was at JuJu should have played at LSU so she could score 40 points a night on high school teams.
No. Now, when you say playing better, you mean like scoring more blocks, more assists? Do you see the stat? Y'all, watch you. Everybody. Do you all?
Hold on, Ju. You have froze for a second. What you say?
Do y'all? Everybody's saying Sedona playing better than Ju. Paige playing better. Big Foe. Are you looking at the stat line all the way across when you say that, or are you looking at the points, or are you looking at the impact or what are you looking at to say that they're playing better than Ju? I mean, if JuJu was playing the same people, and she can play, I think Ju needs to play a little bit more freer, but I think she's playing within to allow those other players to get their points as well and get her assist up, because if her assists are too high, those count as points too. That means she could either took it or passed it. So look across at rebounding, blocks, steals, assists, and tell me who's playing better. No one, and if they are, it's about this much better. Juju's never played a point guard last year. No, Padilla did. She's a 2. That's why she got the Ann Myers shooting guard award, because that's her true position.
Okay. How about Jazz? You feel like SEC is the toughest conference. SEC has the toughest schedule every season. We deserve all the awards. SEC, we want the SEC title, the Natty, and the SB. We need that. So, what are the thoughts today? So we got UConn over Holy Cross. Who you got in that game, Ju?
UConn.
Maryland is playing Mount St. Mary's. I guess Maryland will win there. These ranked games, I expect Kansas to be Eastern Illinois. I expect Iowa State to beat South Carolina Upstate. Nebraska should beat Lindenwood. USC should beat California Baptist. Oregon State's playing Grambling. Colorado's Tennessee Tech's at Colorado. Some early games. Cincinnati's playing. Ohio's playing Ohio Christian.
I think
Ten. The games that are this evening, I think, look like the better games. Start with UConn and them. So looking forward to those games. JuJu, I think Bree looked across the stat sheet. In some categories more important than others.
Yeah. So what's more important? Like, I don't know what you. I mean, I like that certain categories for her have increased, and her assists went down. Her 3-point shooting just went up a bit to 25. Last year was probably 30, 31. It'll get there. It's going to get there. Don't worry. But I think right now, I like the category of assists went up, steals, blocks. Come on now. You didn't see the monster 5 blocks that she got to open up the do you understand, against an athletic team like this, like Ole Miss? You see her blocking those balls? Come on now.
We see the work. Ju.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah, we good.
What you got before you ready to get out of here?
I'll be on at tonight. My channel for the USC game, just looking at all the little details that I need to look at to see if we're getting better. Even though, I don't know, Cal Baptist might want to break out tonight. Maybe somebody was injured and they got him on the floor and make him better. I'll look at UConn, and we'll look at what they got going on over there. I think with UConn, in my personal opinion, is that what's going to hurt them in the long run is that when it comes down, when they're facing adversity, it's really just Sarah and Paige. Now, you know how I am about that. I just really think you only need.
So you don't count AZ in that? You don't count AZ?
I think AZ's coming along.
Okay.
And Alfie. And that's why I don't want to ride them so hard, because it's 7 games into the season. 8 games maybe for them. So hopefully AZ will come along, because they're gonna need her.
Okay. Yeah, I like the way AZ is pacing in the trajectory that she's coming back.
Yeah, me too.
So we got Cess Talks bets with MJ Lover still today, coming up sometime around 3:00. We got I'll be live for the UConn game at Holy Cross at 7. Ju is live at 9:30, 6:30 Pacific for USC California Baptist. And then of course the CC show late night. Coach Coleman. Good luck. Yeah, so
Coach Coleman
tonight. Coach Coleman tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then we got game pack with Cess probably sometime around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So between 1 and 2, we're gonna talk game packs, we're gonna talk ring ceremony, we're gonna talk our games, we're gonna talk all game packs. Pull up. Until next time, y'all know what it is. We love y'all. Stay tuned. Talk soon. We out.